Hello, Vinay. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Hello?
Yeah, you're audible. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's proceed. I'm going to share my screen.
No, I can't able to see your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, good. Okay, so today we have a topic. The topic name is NSG. Okay,
Mm.
NSG, Network Security Group. Okay, so what is Network Security Group? Do you have any idea regarding the Network Security Group?
No.
No, okay. Give me one moment, please, okay? Okay, so network security group is related to the firewall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So any idea about the firewall?
Yes.
Okay. So what is your opinion about the firewall?
It just filter that, any of the, you know,
Hmm?
maybe
Sorry.
traffic inbound and outbound. You're able to block and everything.
Correct, correct. So firewall basically works on the works for the network security, right? Works for the network security. So it will make your network secure, network environment secure. What traffic should be allowed, what traffic should not be allowed, that we can, that for that uh, filtering the traffic, allow the traffic, denying the traffic, on the tra- allow the traffic, deny the traffic inside our network, inside our infrastructure. Okay, we will create the firewall rules, right? What kind of traffic should be allowed, what kind of traffic should not be allowed. For that purpose, we create the firewall rules, right? So
Okay.
network security group is also filter the traffic. outgoing traffic as well as the incoming traffic. So let's try to understand with the help of a scenario. If we'll create a scenario, it will be easy to understand. So let's say we have, this is cloud environment, on cloud environment. This is Microsoft Azure Cloud.
Mhm.
So inside the Microsoft Azure Cloud, we have virtual machine. This is a virtual machine we have created. Okay, VM1 we have created. So VM1 means the server one. So when the traffic will come through the internet. Outside, from the outside, the traffic will come through the internet. So outside of the internet, outside of the cloud, maybe this is my laptop. Maybe this is my laptop. So inside the Microsoft Azure cloud, we create the VNet. Let's say we have created VNet A. And inside the VNet, we create the subnet.
Yes.
Okay. We create the subnet. So when the traffic is coming from the outside, let's say this is traffic, incoming traffic, which is coming from the outside, it will goes to the VNet first. And the VNet is associated with a router. So you have no need to create the router. The router is created by the managed and created by the Microsoft Azure team. Okay, and the router is containing the public IP address, right?
Yes.
Public IP address. And the public IP address, let's say 64.0.0.4, this is the public IP address. And definitely, if we are trying to access this virtual machine VM1, our laptop somehow should be connected with the internet. Should be connected, should be connected with the internet, and should have the public IP address. It will get the public IP address. If you want to know how we can know the public IP address, we can see what my public IP address, what my laptop got the public IP address. What is the IP? So I will type my public IP address. So this is the first link. What is my public IP? What is my IP.com? So I will click over this link. I can copy this IP address and I can paste it. Oh, so this is the public IP which is generated, which my system got it. This is my system. So this is a public IP, my system got it. So public IP to public IP communication will be happen, right? Public IP to public IP communication will happen. The connectivity will be happen with the through the public IP address. Then public IP is associated with this router, but this router is not visible. This router will be invisible. It's automatically managed and created by the by whom? By the team of the Microsoft Azure. So from here, the traffic which is coming through the internet, the traffic will reach at the VNet. Inside the VNet, okay, it will goes to the subnet. Then from the subnet, then in the subnet level, on the subnet level, there is something called as NSG. NSG is a kind of firewall. NSG stands for Network Security Group. So NSG is just kind of packet filtering firewall. Incoming traffic or outgoing traffic will be, and the rules we will create inside the network security group. So we have two rules. We have outbound rules and the inbound rules. Okay, we have inbound rules as well as the outbound rules. So in the inbound, okay, by default in the NSG there is no, there is nothing, right? Inbound rule and the outbound rule. Okay, in the inbound rule, if the traffic which is coming from the outside, it will goes to the VNet first. From the VNet, it will go to the subnet, and the subnet, on the subnet, this NSG is working. This NSG is associated with the subnet. So inside the subnet, it will check whether the traffic which is coming, that is allowed or not. If the traffic is coming for for the RDP port, RDP port 3389, then the RDP port 3389 allow entry must be there. Okay, allow entry must be there. If the allow entry of the RDP port number 3389 is not present inside the inbound port rule of the NSG, then the incoming traffic will be rejected. Incoming traffic will be denied, and the traffic will be rejected. Rejected means the incoming traffic will be drop out. Drop will drop it here, right? And the connection will not be established. Okay. So here, where the NSG is working just like a security guard. It is checking whether this type of traffic allow rule is available or not. If the allow rule is available, then NSG will allow further to go inside the security group. And before the security group, right, there you can add, there is one more network security group is there, NSG. One more network security group is available. So two NSG will be available. One is at the subnet level, and second one is the on the virtual machine level. Okay. So in this NSG also, inbound rules are there, outbound rules are there. Okay. Inbound rules are there, outbound rules are there. Sorry, I written inbound rules for both of the cases. I have to write the outbound rules. Okay. So if the RDP is allowed, RDP port number 3389 is allowed in the inbound network security rule for the on the subnet level, then the traffic which is coming from the outside, it will be allowed and reach up to the virtual machine level. Then here, after crossing the subnet, one more security check will be happen, which is in the network security group, which is associated on the top of the virtual machine. So here the one more, here the RDP allow entry must be available inside the inbound rule. Okay. If here also the entry is available, then only the traffic which is coming from the outside will reach towards the virtual machine, reach at the virtual machine. Otherwise the packet will be denied, incoming traffic will be rejected here. Getting a point?
Yes.
Okay. If this if you are trying to access the SSH access, SSH we are using for the Linux based virtual machine. If your virtual machine is a Linux based virtual machine, not a Windows based virtual machine, then the traffic which is coming from this laptop, it is requesting for the that traffic is the incoming SSH traffic. Traffic will hit the public IP address. Through the public IP, then from the public IP address it will reach at the VNet, and from the VNet it will go to the subnet, and here the checking will be happen in the network security group level which is associated with the subnet. So here allow entry SSH port number 22 should be there. If the SSH entry is allow entry is not available inside the NSG rule, inbound rules, then the traffic will be drop here. Then the incoming traffic will be drop here. The incoming traffic will be rejected here, and the connection will be drop, and the connection will not be established. Okay. If the SSH entry is allowed here, then the incoming traffic will be reach towards the virtual machine level. So before entering in the virtual machine, another one more security check will be happen on the NSG which is associated with the virtual machine. So here allow entry of the port number 22 SSH must be there. Then if at the both of the NSG groups NSGs the allow entry of the port is available, then the traffic will be reached at the virtual machine. Otherwise the traffic will be rejected. If any security check will be failed, the traffic will be rejected. Okay, so this is very very important. In case in case this VM1 is a web server also. Web server. If it is a web server also, and some website is running, let's say the website site example a website name is www.example.com. Okay, so from this laptop, then from this laptop the user the request will become for the port number HTTP. It will hit the public IP address. From the public IP address, the security check will be happen on the NSC network security group on the subnet level. Then on the subnet level, the checking will be happen whether the allow entry of port number 80, okay, HTTP is there or not. If the port number 80 HTTP entry is available inside the inbound rules, then further the incoming traffic which is coming for the HTTP, it will reach at the network security group which is associated on the virtual machine level. So here also one more entry must be available. Allow entry for port number 80 HTTP. So if the allow entry is available here, then only the traffic incoming traffic will reach at the virtual machine level, and the virtual machine will give the response, and the connection will be established, and the website will be displayed on the web browser screen of the laptop. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the importance of the network security group.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, In the network security group, right? In the network security group, you have to do the allow entry, right? Or allow entry for a particular kind of traffic. So let's try to see. Let's see practically also. So we'll type portal.azure.com. So here, if we click on the network security groups, let's create a new network security group. So network security group, now I am giving here. Okay, so this network security group I am going to create inside the resource group test. And the name of the network security group I am giving here demo NSG. Now click on next, review plus create. Click on create. Okay,
Yeah.
so network security group creation has been completed. So if you'll go inside the network security group, you can see in the inbound rules, we have some default rules. Default rules means default rules, we cannot delete these default rules, right? It's a default, right? It's default. So on the top after, so we have to create our custom rules. We have to create our custom rules, what traffic you want to allow, what port you want to allow, what port you don't want to allow, right?
Yeah.
So we have not created any custom rule. Okay, so here you can see under the settings there are two options in inbound security rules. If you click on the inbound security rules, it will show you the inbound security rules only, right?
Mm.
So whatever the traffic you want to allow, for that purpose you have to click on add, then you can allow the traffic. Okay, so let's assume I'm not creating any security rule, just I created the network security group, that's it. And I'm going to create my virtual machine. So for that purpose, I will click on the, I will open the another tab. I will open the portal. So here, virtual machine I'm going to create. So click over the virtual machines, click on create, click on virtual machine. Resource group, I will choose test. The name of the virtual machine, I will choose here Windows VM1, Windows VM1. Okay. So region I will select West India. So billing is this one, 773.12 per month. Username I will select Azure. Password I will give password at the rate 123, password at the rate 123. Oh, it's mismatch. Okay. So here you can see inbound port rules. Okay, so I'm not selecting any, I'm clicking over none. There's nothing rule. i'm not I'm not going to create any rule, right? So
Correct.
select which virtual machine network ports are accessible from the public internet. You can specify more limited or granular network access on the network tab.
It
Okay,
is an energy applicable for the VM, right?
sorry,
This inbound role.
VM, VM.
Yeah.
So by default on the subnet level,
Yeah.
all the traffic is allowed by default, right?
Okay.
And we are changing whatever the changes we are doing, allowing or denying, we are doing on the VM level. Next, and here disk. So I don't want to do any changes with the disk. Click on next. So network. So network is this one, 10.0.0.0.0. Yeah, this one. And here NIC network security group.
Yeah.
So if I will click on advanced, it will show me the, okay, one second. Okay. So here, if I will click on, if network advanced, if I will show here, one second. Here I can use the,
No, basically you selected different reason. That is, you created on West US. So that is the
uh,
reason it is not showing here.
yeah, which you remember which region, in which region I have created?
This is US West you created.
US West I have created. Okay,
Yes,
let
yes.
me check.
The VM you created on Asian West, and then the
Mhm.
network which you
Network
created on
security group West
yeah,
US. Okay,
West
let's
US.
create the, let's create the VM in the West US. Okay.
West US. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why it's not showing. Yeah.
Yes, the same last time.
The last time. Yes.
Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Click on virtual machine, and here I will select test
Yeah.
West US now, right?
Yes.
So demo v Windows VM1 West US fine, and okay, username is Azure, password is capital PASSWORD at that 123, capital PASSWORD at that 123. So here none, nothing I am allowing. Click on next, next, and here I will choose the security group demo NSG. See,
Yeah.
now it is showing. So you know very well in the demo NSG I have not allowed anything, nothing.
Yes. Yes.
So click on next, disable the boot
Disable.
diagnostic, disable the auto shutdown, next, next, review plus create, create. So virtual machine will get create.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
It's created.
Hmm? Deployment is in progress.
Okay.
Okay. So here it's created. So if we'll go to resource, So we'll get the public IP address. Let's try to access this virtual machine with the help of this public IP address, and let's find whether the access is there or not. No access
Yeah.
because traffic was initiating, right?
Yes.
Traffic, incoming traffic was coming, but the but network secure in the network security group, we have not defined the rule, right? Incoming rule we have not defined for the RDP,
Yeah.
so that's why it got rejected. So now again we will go to the net demo NSG, click on add. So here the source I want any computer
Yeah.
should be allowed to access. Source port can be any. Destination IP address can be any. Custom here, I want to allow the RDP.
Mhm.
Allow, action is allow. Priority means the preference value, preference number, right?
Mhm.
So that rule, whatever the rules we will create, it will get the priority value, priority number. So
Okay.
whatever the rule having the least priority level, means priority level will work in the increasing order. Means
Okay.
100 will get the more higher priority than the 101, right?
Yeah.
101 will get the higher priority than the 102. Getting my point?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So the name of the rule, I will give it here, allow RDP. Click on add. So the rule has been created. Allow RDP is the name of the rule and the action is allow. So now let's try to access.
We don't.
So just recently we created the rule. It takes little bit time because just recently, newly we created the rule.
Yeah.
See, connection came. Okay, connection came because we allowed the RDP.
Yeah. But we allowed on the subnet, right? We
No,
are
no, no,
not
no.
allowed on the energy on the VM level, right?
And SG we allowed on the VM level. This is on the VM level,
So right now, what we did it on the VM level, not on the subnet.
not on the subnet level. By default, on the subnet level, every traffic is allowed.
Okay, but we can able to add on to energy. We can enable on the subnet to restrict even though, right?
Correct, correct. So you can see here connection has been established.
Yeah.
Okay, so connection has been established successfully. So this is a benefit of creating the rule. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's create one more virtual machine.
And also, can you show me that how we can able to restrict on the subnet level as well?
I will show you. Okay, I will show you. So let's create one virtual machine. Later I will show you today. Okay. So resource group is there. So I will select the test. Virtual machine is here. So virtual machine name I will give it here demo
Bash Linux.
Linux 1. Demo Linux 1. So West US is okay. Availability option is okay, and everything is okay. Now
Image,
username.
image, image. You need to select
Ah
Ubuntu.
yes, yes, yes. Otherwise image. So where is the image here? Ubuntu.
Yeah.
None. Next. Next. Right. So here you can see here NIC network security group. So click on advanced, select demo NSG,
Yeah.
right? So here it is clear where the NSG network security group is associated. NSG is associated with the NIC card. See NIC,
Yeah.
NIC network security group.
Yeah.
If somebody will ask that where the NSG is associated on the virtual machine, it is associated along with the NIC card.
Okay.
So now click on next, disable the boot diagnostic, disable auto shutdown, click on next, next, review plus create. Great. So the deployment has been completed.
Yeah.
Click on go to resource. We require the public IP address and we require the putty application.
Yeah.
Just paste this public IP address, click on open. So you can see here there is no connection, right?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is not asking me, it is not showing displaying as the username entrance screen, right?
Yes.
So because there is no SSH allowed, okay, that's the reason. And you can see here network error connection timeout. That's
Yeah.
the reason.
Yeah.
So now we will close this one. Now we will create one more rule. Click on add. Source is any, source port range any, destination any, custom custom service. Okay, here you can see destination any, right?
Mm.
So if I want to be specific, right? If I want the this role should be created for a specific server. Maybe I have two Linux server, three Linux server, four Linux server, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to create this security rule for the specific server only, uh, for server number 64.0.0.1, right?
Yeah.
Then it will work. Then I have to define the IP address of the specific server.
Yeah.
If I will create a, I'm going to create a rule, the common rule for the every server, every Linux server. Then I can specify here any
Okay.
custom. So what is the port number?
SSH.
Number is SSH. Where is the S? This one
Copper.
is.
Yeah.
So here priority is 110. That's fine. So allow SSH. Click on add. So the rule is in the progress of creation, creating. Okay, rule now has been created successfully.
Yeah.
So now what to do? Now let's try again. Putty, open, connection came. Okay, connection came. So username was Azure, password was capital PASSWORD Done. It's working fine, right? It's working fine. Okay. So now if I want
Yeah.
HTTP, if this server is my web server,
Yeah.
right? Click on add roles and features. First of all, it must be a web server. Click on next,
Yeah.
next, next, and here we will select web server IAS role. Next, 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 install. Okay, done.
Yeah.
So web service IAS role has been installed successfully. Now uh, we need to click on Windows Explorer. In the Windows Explorer, in the C drive, inetpub folder will get automatically created. So
Yeah.
inetpub folder will only create when you will install this role. If you will
Yeah.
not install this role, inetpub folder will not be available. So we need to click on inetpub. Under the inetpub, we will click over www root. So www root is the folder which will contain the website. So Microsoft has given the sample website or the web page for the testing purpose. So let's do the testing on this page only. So I will right click, open with, click on notepad. So I will delete every content from here. I will write my content. This is my web server. Save it. Done. Right. Now I want to access this web server, web page or the website. So how I can access? So for that purpose, what I have to do, I have to go to the virtual machines. I need to know what is the public IP address of this virtual machine, in which web server is in which website is running. So that is demo Windows VM1. Click over there. Just copy the public IP address. If I will paste this public IP address, then the web page must be open. But the web page will be request timeout. Web page will not be open because port number HTTP is not allowed, is not added.
Yeah.
So you can see it's processing on the top.
Yes.
So the site cannot be reached. The site
Yeah.
cannot be reached. So what I will do, I will go here in the demo energy, and here I will add and I will create one more rule. I will create one more rule, HTTP, for the HTTP, and the port number is 80 automatically selected, priority is 120. Okay, so I will give the name of the rule allow HTTP. Click on add.
Yeah.
So the rule has been created successfully. Okay, let's refresh it. You can see allow HTTP
Yeah.
is there. And what is the action? Action is allow.
Yeah.
So now let's refresh it. Maybe, yes,
Yeah.
this is web server. This is my web server it is showing, right? So this is the way how the security group will work. Okay, let's take a short break,
Sure.
5 minutes. After we will continue.
Okay. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
So let us start. Okay. So now we will see how it works on the subnet level.
Yeah.
So let's go in the virtual machine. So this is my virtual machine demo Windows VM1. So you can see here networking.
Yeah.
Okay, when you will click on networking, it will redirect you towards the networking. Then here it will show you uh, demo NSG, demo Windows VM. Okay, an IC card it is showing, and here network interface card. And once again, subnet, right? This one, test VNet, right? We'll
Yeah.
click over here, and here demo. Here, if you'll click on the subnets, default subnet. Once again, where it is gone. Give me a moment, okay? Here one option I am searching here. Yes, you can see here the same NSG is associated
Yeah.
on the subnet level also, right?
Okay. Yes.
The same NSG is associated on the subnet level also.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's create one more NSGs. You know, you can see here subnet, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Subnet. If you suppose you will create another NSG,
Mhm.
and there is nothing, let's create it. There is nothing, and we will associate on the subnet level. Everything will be blocked. So here, let's do one thing. Add net. Okay, here network security group. Click on create resource group. Test name of the network security group I am giving here, demo ns demo nsg1, demo nsg1. So west us. Okay, review plus create.
Yeah.
Create. Now if you'll click on go to resource, right, so you can see we have not added any custom role, right? So
Yes.
demo nsg1 we have created. If you will click on associate, if we'll click on test this vnet, right?
Mhm.
Subnet test vnet, and here one
Default.
second,
It's in
default,
default.
default, right?
Yeah.
Associate subnet, default, right? Test vnet is here, associate subnet default. Okay, NSG, demo NSG. This is demo NSG, right? So if
Yes.
you'll go to the demo NSG1, right? If you'll click on subnets,
Yeah.
click on associate. Okay, right now we are inside the demo NSG1.
Sure.
If you'll associate, click test vnet, then default. Click on OK. So we added demo NSG1 with this default subnet.
Yeah.
So now let's try to connect with the virtual machine. I will open the another tab. So what was the virtual machine? Let's take this one. Copy the public IP address. Connection will not be established
Yeah.
because now this time we associated the demo demo SG net demo NSG1 in which we have nothing allowed, right?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
So this is a way how we it works. Now let's change it again. So this is the demo SG.
We can add
So
it, right? Inbound rule.
sorry.
We can
Yeah.
add the inbound
Now
rule
let's
here.
add. Now we can add it.
Yeah.
Inbound rule.
Yeah.
So click on the inbound rules. Okay. Add and custom here RDP. We will allow and rule num rule name I am giving here. Allow RDP. Allow RDP. Click on add. Done.
Yeah.
Okay. We allowed the RDP. Now let's do it. Implementation. Just now we created the rule. Implementation takes some few moments, just like the last time. Perfect. See,
Yeah.
you can see it's working fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the way how we can. Okay, and we have done on the subnet level, right? We have done on this subnet level. The
Okay.
benefit of other thing I would like to share with you. Let's say we have VNet A. Inside the VNet A, we can have we have one VNet, we have one subnet. And the subnet name is subnet 1. Inside this subnet, we can have the multiple virtual machines. We
Yeah.
have the virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3, virtual machine 4, right? So one NSG is here working on the NIC level of the each and every virtual machine,
Mhm.
right? Here also we are defining the inbound port rules and the outbound port rules, right? For each and every virtual machine. Second NSG is working on, first NSG is working on the NSG level,
Subnet level.
sorry, subnet level. So first NSG is working on the subnet level, second NSG is working on the
PM
virtual
level.
machine level, right?
Yeah.
If we denied in this NSG in the inbound port rules,
Yeah.
we denied, we have denied, okay, we have not associated, we have not added the RDP. So
Yeah.
RDP is not here, no
Yes.
entry of the RDP. Then these virtual machine will not be, all of the virtual machine will not be able to get the RDP access,
Yes.
right? Because because subnet, all of the virtual machines are inside the same subnet,
Yeah.
right? And this inbound rule we have associated with this subnet. In this inbound rule, we have to allow the RDP entry. If RDP entry is not allowed, then all of the virtual machine which is inside the common subnet will not be able to access the RDP.
Yeah.
Okay. So RDP subnet will work for all of the virtual machines which is in the inside the all of the virtual machines which are inside the common subnet. NSG on the security group on the virtual machine level, energy that is individual to each and every virtual machine. Okay.
Yes.
So that's it for today. Okay. You can try it.
I will try it.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.